تهیه و تنظیم در استودیو بیزرایز.
So guys, today I want to talk about 2 life-changing gratitude exercises. And wait. I know at this point you are going, Iman, why are we talking about this shit? I'm here to make some huge breakthroughs. I'm here to uncover, the missing piece that's been holding back my progress and my building my business and dominating the world. Why the hell are we talking about gratitude? I'm here to strive forward, not to look back or be in the present. I'm here to build a better future. Well, let me run you guys through a couple issues with building a business and maintaining gratitude at the same time. And tell me if this sounds like you. You start to take things for granted, even simple things like having the ability to eat out. I'm sure for a lot of you guys, a year ago, you just couldn't eat out. That wasn't viable. And then now you guys can eat out pretty much every meal if you wanted to. I'm sure a lot of you guys have the finances to. Or I'm sure a lot of you guys, before could never have taken you and your mom or you and your girlfriend out for $100 dinner. Now you can do that. Some of you guys aren't there, but some of you guys are there, and the next thing is you start to get in this very dense and logical headspace. Okay, it's super, super dense and logical. And, it's just it's one of the things we have to go through when we're building a business. A lot of time when we're building a business, also because I know a lot of you guys watching, or most of you guys watching, are online entrepreneurs, right? Or you have a B2B marketing agency. The thing is, I know most of you guys, you don't have physical employees and physical office. So most of the time it's just us. For hours and hours and hours, it's just us alone. And that is a recipe for just completely logical thinking, dense thinking, and just being very in your own head. And I'm sure a lot of you guys can start to neglect the relationships and people around you that mean the most to you. I know with me, when I started building up my business more and more, I spent less time with my friends, which is fine. But I also started to appreciate my friends less, or not appreciate, but just realize how incredible of a friend group and some of the relationships I have and some of the mentors I have and some of the brother figures I have. You start to neglect it. I'm sure a lot of you guys are starting to because you're so busy and focused on building this business or striving, accomplishing. I know a lot of you guys are you're really struggling with remembering, just to message your mom that you love her, or just message someone, that you miss, that you appreciate them. As I said, you really start to neglect the relationships and people around you that mean most to you. And that's, that's pretty dangerous. So how this affected my life? This affected my life in a couple ways. I remember that within the space of 12 months, I went from having a bigger smile on my face when I took my mom out to a $100 dinner than when I bought a $15,000 Rolex. When I took my mom out for her birthday, the first birthday where I started making a decent amount of money, I took her out and the dinner must have been I think it was closer to $200, but it was one of her favorite place.
تهیه و تنظیم در استودیو بیزرایز.
And she had a huge smile on her face. And that, to me, just being able to go out and have a $200 dinner at that time was a bigger rush than, and it didn't matter whether it was my mom or anyone, just being able to eat out at a nice place. That was a bigger rush than 12 months later when my business scaled so exponentially and I bought a $15,000 Rolex. And I left the store and my girlfriend was you don't even have a smile on your face. And the thing is don't get me wrong, I appreciate it. I was super grateful for all the blessings that I have and that I was able to do something like that. But it's just okay, but I was just I was so logical. Even walking out of that store, I'm okay, what does next month have in store for me? What does next month have in store for me? How can I scale things next month? How can I automate or delegate things in my business next month or this month? I wasn't there. I wasn't there. And gratitude really, I think, stems from presence. And as I said, even when I was in the presence of amazing company, I still couldn't enjoy myself because my mind was consumed in work. And guys, I'm telling you, it doesn't matter what sort of, like, how much money you make. If you cannot walk into, like, if you cannot receive the blessings that you have in your life, there's just no fucking point. Like, if you can't sit on the coast of Italy with your girlfriend or your friends and you can't just enjoy the view, you gotta be, if you're still thinking about work and the next thing and the next thing, and how, like, you're on the coast of Italy, but next year I want to be on a yacht in the coast of Italy. If you're starting to think these things, and I think a lot of us do, we as entrepreneurs, we're trying to play like this game, right? And we're always chasing the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, and we're never stopping to appreciate that which we already have. Like, it's obsolete. Like, it's futile. Like, it really is futile. It's like, what's the point? I've seen so many people, just like so many entrepreneurs, and I've heard so many stories of entrepreneurs that just fall into deep depression because they're constantly chasing the next thing, and the next thing never changes anything. And then they move on to the next thing, and they try and trick themselves again into thinking they're like, okay, once I have this, then I'll finally be happy. And it never happens. And guys, the thing is, when you don't have any money, or say when you're fat, and you think that once you get a six-pack, you'll be happy, and then you get a six-pack and you still feel exactly the same, that is the most painful feeling in the world. Or when you are, when you and your family don't have shit, and you finally start to have the ability to retire your mom or your dad and live your dream life, and you're still not 100% happy because you're constantly chasing the next thing, or like you're not even there to enjoy it because you're so logical and dense because of your business or because of your fitness journey or whatever it may be, like, that is way more painful because now you literally have zero excuses. You just have to face yourself. Okay, so as I said, even when I was in the presence of amazing company, I still couldn't enjoy myself because my mind was so freaking consumed in work. And that's one of the main reasons I got my meditation coach, as you guys heard me say before, is the fact that, like, I wanted to come back to the present, and the present, you hear all these, like, very spaced out spiritual teachers, and they're like, man, the present is all we have. And, it's a bit hard to resonate with that, I'm sure, as because I'm speaking to an audience, like, I know what my audience is. And you guys are go-getters. So I'm sure a lot of you guys hear that and you're like, oh, dude, like, fuck off. It's hard to resonate with that.
تهیه و تنظیم در استدیو بیزرایز.
But I'm here telling you right now, and I'm sure if you talk to anyone who's been successful, they'll tell you the same thing. If you don't, like, the present really is the only thing you have. And as I said, I forgot the incredible power that relationships in my life brought to me. Guys, I get a lot of questions like, how do I cut off my old friends? And, we'll kind of get into that later down the line. But sometimes you just got to keep some of your old friends that make you happy. Look, you're not going to talk about your huge aspirations and stuff like that with them, or like they're not gonna help you in building a huge business, but they're gonna make you laugh, and sometimes that's really all you need. So guys, I just want to go through 2 exercises for gratitude and happiness. First one's really simple. First one is literally just look back. Okay, so looking back at how far you've come is one of the most incredible gratitude exercises I've ever done. I think, as I said, us as entrepreneurs, I think I've said that 1,000 times throughout this program already, but us as entrepreneurs, like, we're moving so quick that it's like so much in our life changes so quickly that, like, sometimes we forget, just look back a year ago and just like see where you were. And it's like so crazy to see the progress that we've had. Just look back a year ago and see how far you've come. And even for those who haven't had much progress in the last year, you're still so much richer through your wisdom and experience. Look, if nothing physically has changed for you in the past year, but in the past year you have grown so much as a person through your wisdom and experience, and you have a much clearer path as to what a successful future should look like for you, you won. Like, you're good. The physical will come soon enough. It'll manifest soon enough. So, as I said, when you look back at And when you look back, you're also able to see the speed at which you're learning, growing, and hopefully also achieving amazing things. I think most of us just don't give ourselves enough credit. You know, we really don't. And when we look back, we'll see like, okay, shit, like it's incredible. Like, you know, before I couldn't take my mom out to dinner. Now I can take her out to dinner, take her out for food seven times a day, 365 days a year. Now I can make sure she's completely taken care of and retired and doesn't have to worry about money. You know, like crazy things can happen in the space of a year. For you guys, even if you look back 3 years ago, maybe 3 years ago you were going through the most horrific breakup of your life. And then now look at where you are, you know, with more passion and purpose than ever. So I think if you just look back and you take some time to genuinely look back and see how far you've come and give yourself a bit of credit, then you start to get filled with so much gratitude. It's incredible. And when you have gratitude, I'm telling you, you can achieve much, much better things in your business. You can achieve a lot more when you work from a place of gratitude and abundance rather than scarcity. Now the next one is, I hope you're happy. Now, I took this method from, I believe, Tim Ferriss, and it goes something along the lines of this. You know, you repeat, I hope you're happy, I hope you're happy, I hope you're happy. And you repeat that again and again and again. And I want you just to imagine a person. So just visualize a person that you're trying to send these like blessings to, that you're trying to send this love to. And, you know, I used to walk around.
تهیه و تنظیم در استدیو بیزرایز.
Walk around my house right after lunch or sometimes between work blocks, and I just repeat this to myself, and I think of a person and I send them love. And at first when I read this, I'm like, oh dude, this is some woo-woo shit. But I tried it and it was incredible. Like it was generally one of the best gratitude exercises I've ever done. So this exercise will also help you feel as though you're more connected to people when you're not able to be in their physical presence. So, you know, some of you guys, you know, maybe your mom lives a few hours away. You can't see her every day. But if you walk around the block every day, and this is a great thing to do between work blocks because it also just puts you in such a great mood. You know, so my usual work schedule is I'll work for an hour, then take 20-minute break, work for an hour, 20-minute break, work for an hour, 20-minute break, etc., etc. You know, if I just have a quick walk around the block and for 20 minutes I do this, or for example, you know, I have a rebounder, which is like a small trampoline. I'll just go on my trampoline, and luckily I have a garden, like I have a nice garden with astroturf. So I'll just lay on the astroturf and look up at the sky and just repeat this to myself and send my love to someone. And guys, it's really powerful because then when I come back and I sit and I work, like, I don't know, you're just filled with so much more energy. So all I can really say is, you know, don't discard this stuff. This stuff is really powerful. And especially if, you know, it's coming from a guy like Tim Ferriss and some of the spiritual teachers he's worked with, it really, really is very powerful stuff. So give these two things a go when you're feeling so in your head. And, you know, give these two a go right before you go out. You know, say you're going out clubbing or you're going out to a bar with some friends, or you're just going for a coffee catch-up with some friends. Just do these two exercises before and you'll get so out of your head. It's incredible. So, guys, lastly, a life without gratitude sucks. Like, it really does. Like, this is not something you should strive towards. And I always try to keep it 100% honest with you. I am just speaking purely off of my own experience. And my own experience is the months where I made the most amount of money and was the most focused on money, I was the least happy. And funnily enough, that stuff didn't last. Like every single time I focused purely on money rather than impact or value. And by the way, guys, don't get me wrong. Anyone who tells you don't focus on money and tries to be all pretentious and shit, don't listen to that. Like anyone who doesn't have any money and tells you it's not effective, like says it's like bad to focus on money, don't fucking listen to that stuff. They're just trying to protect their own ego. But you can hear it from me and you can hear it from pretty much anyone else who is successful and has the right to say this because they've been through it. When you focus on money, it puts you in a different state. Okay, so when you first start, I want you to focus on money. I want you guys to be 7, 8, and hopefully 9-figure earners. Some of you guys might even be 10-figure earners. Who knows? But at the end of the day, you operate from a different space when you think about value, when you think about impact, when you think about how you can build something long lasting. And as I said, guys, this is not something to strive towards. This right here is not something to strive towards. Because, as I said, a life without gratitude, it sucks. Because you're just playing catch up again and again and again. And you get one thing, and then it's on to the next thing. And you get another thing, and it's on to the next thing. Okay? So be grateful for what you have. Realize that more blessings are on the way. And guys, you are one step closer to the Kaizen cure. So hope you enjoyed this module, and I'll see you in the next one.
تهیه و تنظیم در استدیو بیشتری.